Hello, welcome to episode 1 of Brewing with Folly Rob. I'm your host, Rob, owner of Folly Coffee Roasters in Minnesota. Today we're going to be going from easily my favorite style of coffee brewing, the single cup pour over. The things you're going to need for today, you're going to need your pour over cone. Today I am using the V60, my personal favorite. You're going to be using a filter here, the V60 filter. You're going to need your cup to pour the coffee into. You're going to need freshly ground coffee, and you're going to need a scale. The last component will be a gooseneck kettle to pour the water. So the first step to pour over coffee that you're going to want to do is take the filter, unfold, place into your pour over cone. You're going to want to pre-soak your filter there, and what that does is makes it that as the coffee is brewing, it doesn't soak up into the filter. It also removes any papery flavor. Make sure after you do that you take the residual water left over and you pour that out. The next step is you're going to take it, place it all on the scale like so. You're going to be taking about 20 grams of freshly ground coffee. It's a medium fine grind, almost like sea salt. So if you see that there, it's almost like the consistency of sea salt. If the grind is too fine, the water won't be able to get through and it'll take forever to brew. You'll get bitter flavors. If the grind is too coarse, it'll brew too fast and you'll get like acidic or weak flavors. So you're going to pour that coffee into the filter like so. Once you do that, you'll want to shake it to kind of level out the grounds there. Just gonna give that a nice shake, get some level grounds. You're gonna turn on your scale, make sure it's tared to 0. Basically, the entire thing is showing a weight of 0 here. For pour over, you're gonna want coffees that have a nice, bright, clean, distinct profile. And so for today, I chose the Folly Coffee Winer. It has a really nice bright acidity, almost lemon-like, that comes through really nicely with pour over. It's currently a fully washed Burundi. Any African coffees are gonna be awesome for pour over style. Now we have level grounds in our pre-wetted pour over filter. The first step is going to be immersing the grounds in hot water. So I want to simultaneously start my timer and begin pouring, starting in the middle in an outward motion like so. So I start my timer, begin pouring in the middle, outward motion until I have soaked all of the grounds. That's going to be about 50 grams of water. This is called off-gassing. Freshly roasted coffee has CO2 still captured within the bean. And this period here, you're going to see this bubbling occurring within the coffee. And this bubbling is CO2 escaping the freshly ground coffee. You're going to want to let that go for about 30 seconds or until you see the bubbling stop occurring. If you're not getting any of this bubbling, be careful. It means you don't have freshly ground coffee. After about 30 seconds, I off-gas for 40 here. I'm going to start again in the middle in an outward motion, going up to about 150 grams of water. Start in the middle. This is called the bloom. What the bloom is this bubbling that's occurring as I pour on the off-gas coffee. This is another sign of freshly roasted coffee. If your coffee isn't blooming, if it doesn't get that really nice bubbling sensation that happens as I pour, that also means you don't have freshly roasted coffee. Ideally, we're looking for coffees within 2 to 4 weeks off the roast. As the water begins to go through, you'll see more and more of the grounds, and at this point, you'll want to start outside in. The reason I'm going outside in is because at the end of this brewing process, I want to have a flat bed of coffee. I go outside in and circle my way back out, like so. For a total weight, I'm going for 320 grams of water. This is a 16:1 brewing ratio of coffee to water. 16:1 is a really good starting place for a single cup pour over coffee. So I'm once again going to wait for the water to filter through the grounds a little bit. As I start to see kind of a dark circle around the edge here, that's when I'm going to want to pour my last pour to get to 320 degrees. I'm sorry, 320 grams. I'm trying to do 10 things at once here. So I go outside in. As I get to 320, I'm going to stop. So I ended up at 320.1. Not bad. And at this point, you'll notice we're at about 2 minutes and 30 seconds of brewing time. This is perfect timing for a pour over. You'll want it to be about a total time of 2 minutes and 30 seconds to 3 minutes, including the bloom. And so right now I'm approaching 2 minutes and 52 seconds, and all my water has filtered through my coffee. And so when you look closely at this, you'll notice this is all coffee grounds at this point because the water has filtered through. And so like I said, if it's taking too long or if it's not filtering through at all, your grinds are too fine. If it's going too fast, like 1:30, your grounds are too coarse. For this reason, you're going to want a burr grinder. So at this point, the water's gone through the coffee. We finished brewing our cup. I'm going to turn off my scale, simply lift the filter, give it a little shake to get that coffee to go out so you're not spilling everywhere. Simply toss that. And so for the last step here, what I like to do to clean off your pour over cone, take the remaining water you have left over from brewing and simply rinse that bad boy off. Because you have near boiling water, it's going to be a great way to clean that off really efficiently. And then the last step is to let it cool off. Just brew that at 208 degrees. That will burn your tongue. I like to drink my coffee in between 140 and 150 degrees. So let that cool off for 5 or 6 minutes and then enjoy. Don't forget, like, review, subscribe, share.